What's up, guys? Got a on the lift 2003 Lexus ES300. 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, same procedure. We're gonna put original brake pads and rotors on this baby. So the tools we got, this is the front brake pad, so I did the opposite side. We need some greasing, brake greasing. We need, you can get a flathead screwdriver or pry bar, anything like that. 14 millimeter, 17 millimeter wrench or long wrench with a lot of leverage. I'm using impact, so I got the swivel and an impact here, wire brush. We got the pads over here. This is again 2003, 2 to 7 is the same thing. Part number, original Lexus stuff right there, Toyota Lexus. We got a rotor right here. Let's see if there's a part number on the rotor. There it is. Okay, parts cleaner. So usually these original ones don't need cleaning, but just for the heck of it, if there's any residue for oil, we don't want that on the brake pads and the rotors. So anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the 14 here, only one, and then you got two 17 millimeters, one over here, one up there for the bracket. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my electric tool here in reverse procedure today. So I try to use power tools nowadays so I can make my life a little bit easy. So counterclockwise, remember this thing doesn't have a lot of power if you're using this type of tool. So all it's good is for is to turn it. So there we have it. Next step is we're gonna have to get our impact out. So this baby will come out. So I'm gonna put my camera on a bracket now, on a stand. Okay, there we have it. We're just gonna kind of aim our light a little bit down. So this guy right here, we are gonna compress this piston. This is the dual caliper piston here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this and we're gonna slide the caliper out just like that upper slider pin. So let's take out this brake pad here. So these, I don't know if these are original. Okay, yeah, these are not original. So we are not gonna put this hardware onto the other pads, because if there was original, there would have been a double of these. So these are not original. So if your pads come with this, usually if you buy it from dealer, it's not gonna come with any of the hardware. It's not gonna come with this. It's not gonna come with this. It's not gonna come with the little clips that go up here. There's supposed to be a clip on the both sides, and it's not gonna come with any of that. So that's something you would have to buy separately. So what I'm gonna do is next, I'm gonna take out the two bolts that I showed you, 17 millimeter for this bracket here. Even though you guys are not gonna see it, so I already showed you guys. So it'd be a good idea to turn this. Sometimes it's a good idea to turn your, oh, what happened to my impact? Am I tightening? Oh, yeah. Going the wrong way. Sometimes your impact won't fit in there because of no clearance, but if you turn the wheel, it might help you a bit, but I'm gonna go get something else because I don't have enough clearance. So I went and got me a 17 millimeter gear wrench, and I just don't want to break my back. I just don't want to be killing myself. Okay, I'm not able to. This thing is super tight. There you go. It's coming out. It's probably like an 80 foot-pound. Whoa, that thing is on super tight, so let me get that off. I'll be right back. Okay, sometimes things are super tight. So the mistake I made here was don't ever take out the bottom bolt if you're turning counterclockwise this way, because the whole thing is turning with it. So I can't even use my wrench. So I went inside the vehicle somehow, some way. I put the key in the ignition and I turned the wheel a little bit to this direction so I can put my, let's see if I can fit just the impact. No, I still can't fit the impact. I need a swivel with it. Swivel, whatever you want to call it. So this baby goes on. I still need to put my hand on this because this thing can just swing all the way around. There you go. See, the impact works better because it's an impact. Okay, so this guy will come off. So while we at it, okay, I just want to keep showing you guys as we go along. So you need to clean right over here with this surface where the brake pads are gonna sit. So since we're reusing the hardware, be careful, this is a brake test, so put a mask on. Asbestos. There you go. I'm gonna get a cleaner. Let me get a cleaner, parts cleaner. So as we go along, I'm gonna spray things up. Wrong way. Just want to clean that up a bit. That's all I need to do there. And she can sit on the floor, so if the rotor is jammed in there, you could use 12 millimeter, some type of bolts to get this off, or use a hammer, just like this. Small taps. This baby will come off. Both of my caliper bolts fell down. And shebang, she's out. Okay, next step, critical. This is critical stuff, okay? Next step here, this hub. Okay, sometimes the particles of the rotor will fall in here. So if you have air, even parts cleaner will do. So what I want to do is, I want to kind of gently go all around here first, and then in the center, because what's going to happen here is, let's spray some of this stuff right now, so everything's out of the way. The rotor needs to sit flush, okay? If the rotor is sitting crooked, it's like having bent rotors, okay? Make sure you do this. So this is, like I said, very critical part. If you got machines, do so. If this thing looks crusty, you're gonna have to go really hard at it. I mean rusty, crusty, meaning like flakes coming off like that. The hub is all corroded. It's pretty much gotta go. Pretty much the hub has gotta go. So, okay, I will decide when I think it's good, okay? It looks pretty good already, but I'm just gonna give it a few more steps here. And shebang. Bada bing, bada boom. That's all it takes, okay? I like to spray this little cleaner here, inside, outside. So give it a moment. This brake cleaner is gonna dry immediately almost. It's gonna have immediate effect there. So next step, light amount of greasing, okay? This won't let the rotor stick. It will crush and come right out as you tighten the lug nuts. Don't be just putting like a pound of grease here either, okay? This is good for the hub, good for the rotor, so it can come out next time. And also, if you got anti-seize, that's even better. Also, your wheels won't be stuck on it. A lot of times that wheel will be, you would have to hammer it off if you get a flat tire. I'm gonna take that little spot out. Observe it, look at it, there should be no rust here. So this looks good. While we at it, I'm gonna just clean this guy out. Okay, so we're gonna go to the rotors next. You know what, let's go to the caliper. Now we're gonna compress this dual piston caliper. The caliper has a ripped boot over here. I would recommend you change it, but this customer always buys his own pieces, so we can only tell him, but we do need to complete the job today. So this boot is not a big deal, but water, dust, everything will go inside, build up, it will damage your seal and everything. So it is important, but however, there's a main seal around this piston on the inside. So right now, we're just talking that. So what we're gonna do here is to compress this piston, I like to compress on one side. If you got a C-clamp, do both. What I like to do is, at this point, if you start to see some brake fluid come out as you're compressing this, because I already did the other side, so a lot of the fluid is going to go back into the reservoir. So this piston is compressing pretty quick and easy. So I like to switch sides so they both can go almost evenly at the same time. You don't want to just compress one side and the other piston is just coming out. So here goes nothing. So everything that I'm showing you in this video is something that dealer, manufacturer, or your mechanic should do, okay? So if you're watching my full video on brake job, greasing, cleaning, everything is mandatory, okay? So to get the best out of your brake. So this piston is compressed, so that's how you're gonna press dual piston caliper on a Lexus. Very simple, it's just like a regular normal caliper. Okay, now it's time for us to go to the brake pads and rotors. Here we are, original Lexus part. Toyota, Lexus, same thing. It says both on it. This customer did buy stuff online, so you can find pretty good deals online. Okay, here goes nothing. I want to use this box here. This goes on top of that. And this comes out of the bag. So if you're buying any aftermarket pads and rotors, they will have oil all around here, so you're gonna have to clean that off. So all it takes is brake cleaner, little bit of you do not do this with a brake pad, okay? That's a warning, because the brake pad has some kind of material, braking procedure, so it has like some kind of white flakes on front of it, especially aftermarket. So same thing on the opposite side. Use the same cloth. You can use anything, cloth, rag, tissues. Hot water, soapy water will do the job too. That's the best way to do it, just to let you guys know. Hot water. Anyways, time to put this baby onto the car. Okay, here we are. This baby goes into the hub, just like that. Pretty simple and easy. Next step, we're gonna take our bracket and the 2 bolts that I dropped on the floor. Those are the 17 millimeters. So this baby goes in just like that. We're gonna take the 2 bolts, put them on. Line up. Man, that a guy. So total amount of time I would say that would take me to do this job, no more than 45 minutes. Okay, 45 minutes is a lot to do the front brake pads and rotors. So I'm gonna tighten these. 1, 2, bada bing, bada boom. So we still got a few more steps to make. Okay, next step is take out your slider pin. We're gonna clean the grease off this. We're gonna take the same grease. If you got silicone grease, even better. But this stuff works good. This job needs a light. Don't put a lot of grease in the tip, because that's not gonna compress. A lot of people say when you're pressing the brake, what happens is the piston come out, the slider pin moves out, but it needs to go back on its own. So don't think the hydraulic compressor is gonna bring that the slider pin, press it back in for you. It's not gonna do that. Okay, that's not how the system works. Okay, so a little bit of greasing all around this little guy, and we're ready for the brake pads. So handle these babies with the care. Okay, so what I want to say is one thing about this. So these brake pads have some kind of white flake dust to it. You see that's coming out? There's a reason for that. Okay, there's a reason for that. Okay, but what is that reason? Why they have it? Okay, so I'm gonna explain to you. Okay, so when these brake pads touch this onto the rotor for the first time and they're spinning, okay, they're breaking into the rotor. So the proper procedure is a braking procedure. That's why they has particles on it. So the braking procedure is you drive the car 10 to 15 miles per hour and slow the car down. Do not stop, okay? Brake it. What it's doing is it's kind of sanding the rotor all around. It's sanding itself. It's breaking in. You do not stop, because once it's hot, you stop, you destroy the braking procedure, okay? I like to go around with the spin with the car. Every week I do brake job. That's why the brake job is not, if you're doing a cheap brake job, put the pads on, go, gotta go, bada bing, bada boom. That's up to you. But it's not a bada bing, bada boom. You gotta handle these with care, okay? This guy paid a lot of money for it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 20 minutes out of my time, maybe 30 minutes max. I'm gonna go on a small clear road, and I got the best road. My area has like it has traffic, but not a lot of traffic, so I'm able to travel and brake. So it's gonna go. All you do is you gradually come to 5 miles per hour, and then you take off again. Come down to 5 miles per hour, you take off again. Brake, go. Brake, go. It's gonna break in your brake pads. That is the reason why it has those white clear coat only on the first micrometer, millimeter of this brake pad. Okay, anyway guys, thank you for understanding that. I hope you guys took that time to understand that. So we're gonna continue with the brake job. So our little video on understanding. So I'm putting brake pads grease on this only on the tips here. Okay, you can put on to the hardware, it's all up to you, but you don't want to get onto the rotor. If you got any on the rotor, just kind of smudge it off with or I'm not smudge it off, clean it off with the parts cleaner. So this brake pad goes on the inside. Remember, like I said, if you're buying original parts, they're not going to give you the hardware. So this is kind of weak, so I would get it for the next time for him. I would let him know. It would have retainers here, brake wear indicators, or clips, whatever you want to call them. So it's missing, so we can't put nothing on. And these are aftermarket, so I do not want to put this onto that, because usually if you had original, it would have 2 of these on each pad, and I would transfer those onto that brake pads. Okay, anyways, next step. Okay, change my ways of greasing. So instead of putting on the brake pad, I like to put on the piston here. Okay, and I'm gonna get a little bit more grease, and I'm gonna put a little bit here, a little bit here, and a little bit here. Okay, that's it. Those are the contacting areas. So as long as you got those, so these are tight rotors in. And what I'm gonna do is we're gonna put this baby on, same way we took out. Okay, you're probably gonna have to push the slider pin in a little bit from the bottom if it's bothering you, if it's on the way. Let's catch the threads. So we're pretty much done with this job. So what I want to do is I want to tighten this, and then we're gonna move on to our refrigerator. Okay, so usually the torque spec is on these cars are like 80 to 27 foot-pounds. So check your do your investigation, do your research. So I am gonna be taking these brakes for test drive, and also I want to do braking procedure. So when you're turning this, nothing should be scraping like metal to metal. You will hear the brake pads touching and scraping, but if this whole plate in the back is really rusted and corroded, you just push it back a little bit. Okay, and that's it. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. See you guys in the next video.